prolonged, omen of darkness. In the cold depths of the deep sea, a massive shadow begins to move in the pitch-black world where no light reaches. The fish known as the Sirenfish is considered a legend of the deep sea. For a long time, this giant shadow had slumbered at the bottom of the sea, but now it has suddenly awakened, causing disturbances among the surrounding fish. The small fish scatter in fear, and the deep-sea jellyfish lose their glow. This is not just a mere disturbance of the waves. The ancient fish whisper among themselves. An eerie silence covers the deep sea, filled with a foreboding sense that something is about to begin. Chapter 1. Deep Sea Disturbance. After the Sirenfish begins to move, the entire ecosystem of the deep sea starts to spiral into chaos. In areas that are usually calm, sudden waves crash, driving the small fish into a state of abnormal terror. The anglerfish stop emitting light, and even the sharks cease their hunting, retreating into the deeper parts of the ocean. They sense the approach of something massive. The deep-sea plants start to wither, as if holding their breath. The entire ocean floor falls silent. Something has changed. The ancient deep-sea fish begin to feel as a quiet dread spreads. Chapter 2. Eerie Whispers. In the darkness of the deep sea, fear begins to spread among the fish. The ancient fish Barreleye hears a distant, eerie low-frequency sound. The Sirenfish has awakened. They whisper, and the deep-sea creatures begin to seek shelter, one by one. The Barreleye looks around with its transparent head, sensing an ominous sign. This is no ordinary sound. The low-frequency noise grows louder, causing even changes in the deep-sea pressure. Something terrifying is approaching. Chapter 3. Lost Light. The deep-sea jellyfish lose their glow, sinking one after another as if their light is being drained. The normally luminous jellyfish are shrouded in dark shadows, thickening the darkness of the deep sea. The fish begin to fear that the presence of the Sirenfish is stealing the ocean's light. If the light goes out, so will we, they say, and the inhabitants of the deep sea are driven into further terror. In the darkness, the small fish tremble, struggling desperately to survive. Chapter 4. Despair in Silence. The deep-sea inhabitants fall into silence all at once. An unusually still silence spreads, as if time itself has stopped. Something is starting, murmurs the ancient shark Megamouth. Megamouth trusts its instincts and tries to flee deeper into the ocean, but a massive shadow suddenly appears in front of it. It's the Sirenfish, it realizes. Without uttering a sound, the Megamouth stands frozen in place. Chapter 5. Emergence of Darkness. The Sirenfish has finally shown itself. Its large black body blends into the deep-sea darkness, but only its eyes glow eerily bright. The deep-sea creatures are overwhelmed by the bizarre sight, unable to move. It feels as if the surrounding waters have turned freezing cold, as though the sea itself is an extension of the Sirenfish. This is the beginning of the end, whispers the Barreleye from the shadow of a distant rock. The deep sea is enveloped in an unsettling silence, hinting that something is about to change. Chapter 6. Whisper of the Deep. The deep-sea creatures quietly whisper to each other, trembling in fear of the terrifying shadow of the Sirenfish. Is there nowhere left to escape? Asks a small anglerfish hidden among the sea anemones. Barreleye ponders deeply, saying relying on light is futile. This darkness swallows even the light. A cold current blows in from the deep crevices of the seabed, filling the fish with even greater unease. The quietly spreading current signals that the Sirenfish has started to move, a feeling shared by all. Chapter 7. Song of Despair. Suddenly, a low, eerie song cuts through the silence of the deep sea. It sounds as though the entire ocean is resonating with this sound. The song reverberates directly in the hearts of the fish, transforming into an inescapable terror. Is this the power of the Sirenfish? Exclaims the Megamouth shark in shock. Barreleye endures the sound, whispering, "It is testing us." As the sound intensifies, the deep-sea fish start to lose consciousness one by one, slowly sinking to the ocean floor. Chapter 8. Lost Companions. On the cold seabed, unconscious fish drift aimlessly. Barreleye gazes at the fallen comrades before him, overcome with a sense of helplessness. Is there nothing we can do? He cries out silently in his heart. At that moment, he notices a faint light flickering in the distance. It is the only glowing coral in the deep sea called Luminaris. That might be our last hope, Barreleye decides, steeling himself as he heads towards the light. Chapter 9. Mystery of the Light. Barreleye reaches the depths of the ocean and seizes the light of the luminous coral. However, this light exudes a strange, cold sensation. Is this truly a light of hope? Barreleye wonders. At that moment, the shadow of the Sirenfish appears from within the light. It was a trap. Barreleye realizes, guided by the light, the Sirenfish has pinpointed their location. Feeling a cold sweat, Barreleye decides, if we do nothing, we will all perish. He gathers his remaining strength and tries to return to his comrades. Chapter 10. Strategy in the Darkness. Barreleye returns to his comrades and explains that the light was a trap. The deep-sea fish are shocked, but Barreleye calmly tells them, "We have been deceived." The Sirenfish blends into the darkness, slowly encircling the fish. We cannot see it, but it is definitely closing in, Barreleye senses. On the quiet ocean floor, the cold current begins to move once more, enveloping the fish in fear. The Sirenfish's strategy has begun to corner the deep-sea fish. Chapter 11. Light of Resolve. Barreleye resolves, simply running away will lead to our annihilation. He speaks to his comrades with a calm voice. We still have hope. The Sirenfish is sensitive to light. If we use the luminous corals light wisely, we might be able to counterattack. Barreleye suggests a strategy. The fish exchange glances with one another, gathering the last of their strength, ready to make their final stand. Chapter 12. The final battle in the deep sea. At last, the full form of the Sirenfish is revealed. Its massive shadow and cold eyes emit a presence that seems to consume the entire deep sea. Barreleye, along with his companions, uses the light of Luminaris to challenge the Sirenfish. Now, he shouts, directing the light toward the Sirenfish's eyes. The moment the Sirenfish is engulfed in light, it hesitates for a brief moment, but then quickly resumes its attack. A fierce battle unfolds on the ocean floor. Chapter 13. The Vanishing Light. Barreleye and his comrades fight valiantly, but the light from Luminaris gradually begins to fade. The light is disappearing, ... double quotes echoes the voices of despair among his companions. Seizing the opportunity, the Sirenfish intensifies its assault. Is this the end? Barreleye nearly gives in, but a mysterious light appears once again from the depths of the seabed. It is a cold blue light unlike anything anyone has ever seen before. Barreleye finds his last hope in this light and resolves, it's not over yet. Chapter 14. The Fate of the Light. The blue light that had illuminated the deep sea suddenly begins to lose its brilliance. Barreleye chases after the light, but as it fades, the darkness of the deep sea takes over once again. What was that light? His companions wonder, but there is no answer. As the light completely vanishes, a cold current flows in, enveloping the seawater with a freezing chill. Barreleye senses the anomaly and urges his companions to retreat. Chapter 15. The Fading Truth. Barreleye and his comrades stand still on the silent ocean floor after the blue light disappears. Has the battle with the Sirenfish truly ended? One of his companions asks, but none can be certain. Barreleye gazes intently at the spot where the light vanished and murmurs, "This is not the end." something still remains. Though filled with unease, his companions return to their daily lives. Only Barreleye quietly leaves the scene, disappearing into the darkness of the deep sea. The truth may lie deeper within the abyss. His voice fades into the waves as silence once again envelops the deep sea.